Long, long ago, during the reign of King Jabi Maripkan, the 20th ruler of Silla, there lived a man in a small village at the foot of Nangsan. People called him Baekgyeol Seonsaeng. Baekgyeol Seonsaeng was not his real name, but a nickname. His family was very poor, so his clothes were torn and worn, and he stitched them in many places. Because his clothes were patched in 100 places, people called him the teacher with 100 stitches, Baekgyeol Seonsaeng. Even though his life was very poor, Baekgyeol Seonsaeng had one friend more precious than anyone else. That friend was the Geomungo. When Baekgyeol Seonsaeng played the Geomungo, he could express happy feelings, angry feelings, sad feelings, joyful feelings, and even hurt feelings through sound. His skill was so great that people in the village talked about him as a master Geomungo player. He loved the Geomungo so much that he carried it wherever he went and even slept while holding it close. One year, on the last day of the lunar year, the village welcoming the new year was full of noise and excitement. From house to house, the sound of pounding rice echoed and the warm smell of rice cakes filled the village. But Baekgyeol Seonsaeng's house was different. They did not have enough grain to make rice cakes, or even enough for one meal. Hearing the rice pounding sounds from the neighbors' houses, his wife quietly sighed. "Everyone else has grain to make rice cakes and welcome the new year, but what kind of life is this for us?" she said. Hearing his wife's words, Baekgyeol Seonsaeng felt very sorry. He gently looked at his wife and spoke to her. "Life and death are decided by fate, and being rich or poor is also decided by the heavens," he said. "We cannot stop what comes, and we cannot hold on to what leaves. So do not be too sad," he continued. Then he smiled and spoke again. "I will play the sound of a rice mill for you." Baekgyeol Seonsaeng took out his Geomungo and carefully began to pluck the strings. At that moment, the sound of the Geomungo strangely sounded just like pounding rice. Kung duck, warm and friendly sounds filled the house. This beautiful performance soon became famous and spread beyond the village throughout Silla. People called this piece Daeeak, and it was also known as Taryeong. There are not many stories left about Baekgyeol Seonsaeng, but he is a very special figure in our history. This is because he is one of the few artists mentioned in Samguk-sagi, an important history book of Korea. Though he was poor, the story of Baekgyeol Seonsaeng, who comforted people's hearts through sound, is still beautifully passed down today.
Long, long ago in ancient Silla times, at the foot of Nangsan Hill lived one man, wearing clothes patched 100 times. People called him Baekgyeol Seonsaeng. Though he was poor, he had a dear friend, one Geomungo always by his side. Joyful feelings, sorrowful feelings too, all were spoken through gentle sound. On New Year's Eve, the pounding rice sounds kong duck through every town. Inside a house with no grain at all, his wife quietly let out a sigh. Then Baekgyeol played his Geomungo, making sounds like pounding rice, they say. Kong duck, a song of